is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one, okay? Go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo. So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy. And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
But take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Three Black Guys with a Mic.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Three Black Guys with the Mic, the podcast where politics meets hip-hop and pop culture debate style. Yes,
Were you uncertain
right.
of that?
Huh?
Were you uncertain?
Yeah, you know, it gets me every single time. The pop culture meets, you know, blah, 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 blah. So whoever is joining on with us today and everybody who is joining on, thank you so very much. We truly appreciate it. I am out of the country, so if my internet gets a little choppy, forgive me. It's the Wi-Fi. It's not, you know, it's just the Wi-Fi. Anyway, I am your host, Fudd, along with my MJ Scales and my man, Lamont Hayes. What is up, party people in the place to be? What is happening? Happy belated Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Did you guys celebrate Valentine's Day?
I had some pancakes.
I'm just trying to share. Hold on, can you give me a second? Because I'm still, the shirt is throwing me off because you look like you're having fun. So can you give me 1 second?
This is my Danny Terrio shirt.
The shirt
Bud got the player shirt.
Right.
Bro, this is my Island Vibe shirt. You know,
Yeah,
this is like what did Kevin Hart say in Ride Along? This is my my Diddy's my 90s Diddy style. It's happening.
Frank, Tashawn was cracking.
What's up, people?
Yeah. So did we celebrate Valentine's? Isn't that like, do we know what Valentine is really about and the history, or are we just blindly buying?
We are blindly, because I was actually reading about it right before we got on. And I just was like, yo, is this what we're celebrating right now?
Exactly right. So
is this what we have been celebrating all of these years? The history of Valentine's Day and the paganism and the death and the Valentines and all of these different things. Like, is this what we're doing in these streets?
Yeah.
Is it paganism and death? I thought it was about chocolates and flowers and roses and giving women Fendi bags.
No. And roses and candy and all of that other stuff.
It ain't about that?
It's not about that. America has once again created another holiday for all of us to be able to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to make our women feel good.
Mr. Gordy.
And that's what has been happening. What's up, Beats Gordy? Yeah. And that's what's been going on. And we celebrate it. And we have bought into it for all of our lives. And what we do is we go out and we have to, you know, make sure that we go to 7 Mile and Myers or either, you know what I'm saying, Ford in Wyoming, and we have to get the teddy bear man, and we have to get the whole package. We got to get the teddy bear with the basket and the flowers and the candy and all of that stuff. We got to get all of that stuff for the teddy bear man.
No.
We're going to talk about Gorilla Glue Lady. We're going to talk about Gorilla Glue Lady in a second.
Yeah, but no. Because of Wendy Williams, because of the infamous marketing on Instagram, you know that company that gives you the big flowers that's supposed to last a year in a little thing that you buy online?
Right.
I forgot, La Flora, whatever the hell it is. So this is the flowers everybody's buying. So I say, you know what, let me look up and see what these flowers, what the cost is. Let me just be, you know, efficient. That was like $3.99 for like the real bouquet.
$400 for how many flowers? 700 flowers?
Well, no, it's supposed to have been, you know, because I don't want the smallest one. The smallest one was like 100 something maybe.
Let me stop you right there.
What?
That right there is the problem.
Yes.
You see, the problem is that you just said I couldn't buy the smallest one.
Of course
the question from that is that why couldn't you buy the smallest one? Why couldn't your woman be appreciative of the smallest one? You can't just show up with the smallest one. No. Men have to go out and buy and as the young folk would say, run up a check. That's what we have to do in order to be able to make our wives feel happy and our girlfriends feel happy. Mm-hmm. You couldn't just buy the regular one. You had to buy the $3.99 boy.
Right. Right. Well, we didn't get $3.99. Let's be clear. We went a different route. You know what I'm saying? We had some other expenses, because I'm double up in my house. I'm birthday and Valentine's kind of smashed. So I'm Thursday through Sunday on the credit card got to get put down. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I'm the same way. I'm anniversary and Valentine's on the same day. So
well, wow. I mean, that's a good thing. You don't have to do two. You
got to do two. You
Mr. Allen's twofer.
No, you just can't do one. You got to do two. I do want to kind of make a little bit of a sidebar, if I can, because last week Maynard asked us to download the Clubhouse app to our phone to be a part of Clubhouse. That's the app, right?
Yes, it's an app.
Okay. And so now that I have downloaded it,
Coach,
I get these notifications, who's on, what they're talking about. You know where I'm going with this, right? And so what they're talking about, what the conversation is about.
Okay.
And so I saw one that came across that had Maynard J. Scales in the room.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait a minute. I'm a junior. You know that, right? So that could have been my father.
No. This was junior. And I'm sure the senior's probably not on the Clubhouse right about now.
My pops is out in these streets, yo.
And the conversation was, and Maynard, you can clarify it. Hey men, is all you value is ass. So I think to myself, I say, should you click on and hear what's going on in this conversation, or should you just leave it alone? So I left it alone, but I would like for Maynard to explain the conversation about is all men value is ass. And why would you be in a room such as that?
Yo, Dad, you been out in these Clubhouse streets, Pop? What's going on, my dude? You out here valuing ass, Pop?
What was the consensus about?
Yo, so if I'm not mistaken, that was made by a cat on Clubhouse named Ocean, or he goes by Ocean as his handle. He does these kind of controversial or provocative little things, rooms, and he always pings me in. And I mean, listen. I ain't mad that, he had a conversation. He had another one that was similar that was, why do brothers think they're supposed to be able to hit on the first date or something like that? Like if you bought dinner, why you think you're supposed to smash? So, everybody on Clubhouse is younger than us for the most part.
That's not true.
Well, everybody, all the rooms I run into, they're all 20-somethings, 30-somethings.
Which even more begs the question of why are you in them?
Because I'm a 20-something. I'm a teenager at heart. I am. You know who my favorite new rapper is? The Baby. I love The Baby.
Taylor. Go ahead.
I love The Baby. I'm a teenager at heart. And I got to be in these rooms. I want to keep up, and I want to know what's going on. And so the question is, a lot of dudes out here value ass over meaningful relationships. That's their business. But as the older, more mature adult of me came out, I was just like, yo, low key, and this is real talk. Because there were other, I think that room was really in response to some of the females who started a room about, I want a high value man, a man who makes $50,000 or less ain't worth nothing to me, blah, blah, blah. And I really had to, at least I came with a little bit of wisdom I have, who says I'm some kind of, love expert. But I watched my grandmother, and, not to be crazy graphic with it, but I watched my grandmother when my grandfather couldn't. I watched her bathe him and wipe his ass and help him on and off the toilet and shave his face. My grandfather never made $50,000. And my grandmother there's a whole lot. What I'm saying is I had to share that with both rooms. When you are 75 or 80, 85 years of age, and your life, your body doesn't do what it's supposed to do, or you doing whatever, there's more than ass in this world. There's more than did you make enough money for me to have a Birkin bag or whatever. You want somebody to be there for you in your time of need. And if all you value is ass, minute that you can't do nothing for her is the minute that she bounces. If all she values is the cash, the minute that he can put value on something greater than her, then is the minute that she's out. So that was my
I agree with that. And I think that, Lamont would echo, when it comes to real relationships, right? When it comes to like marriage and like you going through it, it is extremely bigger than how much money this person makes, what the credit score is. And, is he hung or, whatever. It just goes beyond all of those things, right? I agree. I was in the hospital, before me and my wife got married, and she sat in ICU with me for 12 hours straight, wiping vomit off of me and, feces off of me and the whole 9 yards. When it comes to relationships, you got somebody who's going to show up for you no matter what. You got somebody who is going to be whatever they say, ride or die, then that's definitely, the person that you are about. And the sad part about it is that, all of these women that, say these things, and men, who say these things, that are just superficial. They're just sad.
But can we please congratulate Maynard, because that was the best pivot I think I've seen him do in 2021. That was
agree.
We threw him in a room where the subject matter was about men valuing ass, and he came out looking like an adult the way he pivoted. So my man Maynard Scales Jr., you do not get the cactus today, my guy, because you came out strong. I know you got it in you. I need you to do a little bit more of that when it's time to go to the court, all right? I appreciate you, man. That was great.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you guys so very much. Everybody who just tuned in. I am in, Mexico, so my internet is a little bit choppy. So, please forgive me wherever you are. Let us know where you are. If you are watching us on YouTube, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit that bell button, so that way the next time we go live, you'll be able to know. If you're watching this on Facebook, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to our channel. We are here every Monday at 7 o'clock, even when we are out of town. As you can see, we are committed to, this podcast. So, if you are watching this on Facebook right now, share this episode right now. Hit the share button so that way your friends can be a part of the conversation. Your friends can be our friends. I want to dive into something that I really thought that was extremely interesting. Maynard, and I want to start with you. Well, let's just start with the conversation. So, it's Black History Month, and there was an article that I was reading about Ted Cruz and Ted Cruz's, comments about Black History Month. And I thought it was extremely interesting because he kind of has a point a little bit. And he sent out I don't know if this is Instagram or tweet or whatever, but he says, I am watching the Rockets play tonight for the second night in a row. Here's NBA/TNT's honors of Black History Month, picturing 3 Democratic politicians. Then he says, Tim Scott doesn't exist. Unlike Abrams, he's been elected statewide. Condi Rice, Clarence Thomas, Colin Powell, obviously biased. So my question is that, 1, to 0 point, and 2, when it comes to celebrating Black History Month and honoring those who paved the way, is it skewed bias, Maynard?
No. Let me say this. Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, they belong on the app. I ain't mad at. I'm mad. I ain't mad at that portion of his comment. Tim Scott, Clarence Thomas, whatever. But here's the part that I'm gonna say, and you gonna say, "Oh, stick to the topic." But
I'm not saying anything.
hold
I'm
on,
just listening.
this man let Donald Trump talk about his wife and his father. I don't want to hear nothing from this dude.
Black History Month. That has nothing to do about Black History Month.
It does. It does have a lot to do with Black History Month because in Black folks, we know one thing. If you talk about my wife, if you come on my family like that on national TV, on tweets, on site, Black History Month requires it on site. I got to get at you. But you let your nose tune Donald Trump's ass. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You have nothing to do with Black History Month. Stay out of our... This is not... Lamont, you know when you say... Hold on. Lamont, when you say...
Back into the pig slop. So now you trying to tell me, Maynard, that the good old white devil, he can't partake in Black History Month?
No.
First of all,
no. You hold on. Let me just finish this one part. Let me finish this one part. Lamont, when you say
he can't be the white devil and participate in Black History.
Lamont, when you say we need to stay out of white people's business, white people need to stay out of our business. It ain't got nothing to do with Ted Cruz and his punk ass.
Okay, all right.
And his conniving ass, his trying to disenfranchise the black vote ass. To be in what TNT and the Rockets are doing and what we enjoy in Black History Month. Ted Cruz, you get a cactus off top. I didn't even know I was going to give it to you. But I hope your fat jaw Wolverine looking ass chokes on some cactus for a little while.
Wow, tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad.
Wait, what? See, now here's again where you did a pivot. Because I thought you were going to take a stab at where I saw Ted Cruz tell Trump's attorneys, y'all got this in the bag. It's all good. Just chill, relax, the whole shebang. And you're right. I forgot about this, about the TNT thing. And I'm with you, Maynard. I mean, it kind of, but we also have to be realistic in our community. I know this a little later on down the line, but we got to talk about the Judas that we all are amongst on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about that movie that was really powerful. But in our community, we really are selective on who we prop up in the manner in which we do prop up. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about this on the podcast before, the Malcolm versus Martin conversation. In our community, Martin was always presented, in my opinion, that he was better than Malcolm. You know what I mean? Which, in my opinion, I don't know, I might have to prop it up a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? When you take the whole premise of it, you know what I'm saying? It's a reason why that Martin is a big white edifice up in Washington, D.C., and how he's propped up. So he's kind of right a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We should give Colin. What is his name?
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell.
And Colin Powell salute. Colin Powell is that dude. I mean, I didn't agree with all his politics, but he's a man. He's an adult. He did it a different
way. He wasn't. It's just the way that he executed.
And regardless, he still made Black history.
Yes, right. But he's a man. What I mean by that is, I can't let no just a regular male come for anything that we doing on our team at all. Meaning, Colin Powell has stood up for himself. He stood up for his family. He's taken the slings and arrows from others, and he stood tall. He happens to have a black wife.
Well, we don't celebrate him like we celebrate Stacey.
We should. I think it's a relevancy issue, right?
Tim Scott, and I think it's, what I'm saying, that was Ted Cruz's point. Like, you guys are uplifting Stacey Abrams, which she should. I mean, there ain't no question about Stacey Abrams. I mean, ain't nobody about to sit here and question Stacey Abrams. Should Tim Scott get some Black history love?
Well, I guess...
I don't necessarily know what history he's made, but...
Cowtown.
I mean,
But on all levels, and here's what I'm going to say.
Tim Scott, you've been a man. Wasn't he the first black in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay, so we give you some props on that. So you made some history.
I'm not coming at Tim Scott. I'm not out here for Tim Scott, because I think Tim Scott could have certainly, he should have definitely voted to convict. And there's some other votes that Tim Scott has come with that I've been disappointed in. But okay, he's playing his cards. But the Clarence Thomas piece, you know, you can miss me with that foolishness. And then Ted Cruz, you can't come at men. You're not a man. You can't let nobody come at your wife like that. And then you got a nerve to open your mouth? Just the fuck up with that, man. I don't want to hear no foolishness like that, man. I don't want to hear that. Why you even bring this up? And you want to talk about Judas? We talking about Tekashi Judas or the other Judas? Oh, my bad. I'm gonna stop. I'm in my feelings right now with it.
I see. You in your feelings with it right now.
Yeah.
Lamont, were you gonna say something?
No, I mean, I think, I hate to say it, I do understand. I'm kind of in the middle a little bit. You know, I hear what Maynard's saying. I get it.
Wild from Lamont. Come on over here and get with this radical shit, Lamont. Come on over here, baby.
But you know what? But you know, as somebody just said in the chat, you know, the rat has a point. You know what I mean? We ain't talking about Tekashi because somebody just called Ted Cruz a rat. I mean, you know, we have to prop up, in my opinion, the good and the bad. Again, that's why I think, and I know I keep stabbing at this, is that why that Judas and the Messiah movie, the Frank Hampton piece, is important, is that we need to know the stories of the people in our community that are real rats. We need to know, and I didn't know until that last, I forgot what documentary it was, you know, even on the day that Malcolm X was assassinated, the guy who
that was serious.
Gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, the guy who was in the photo, he was the police.
He was the popo.
He was right there. You feel what I'm saying? So I think we have to understand that even amongst the people that are around Stacey Abrams, that are around all these people that we prop up, their rats are among us. And they're everywhere, bro. They really are everywhere. So, you know, let me not get too high-strung about that, because even us three, I don't know if we know that.
Wait, there's a rat amongst us?
Oh, there's been a rat amongst us in Detroit probably for the past 15, 20 years.
Oh, man, there's a rat amongst us?
Yes. Yeah, he the police on the federal level. Mm-hmm. And that's why I never liked him anyway.
Oh, come on, man.
It's trash. He's been trash.
I have no idea who we.
Yo, we not naming names. We're not naming names.
Said he was the police one time. He lied and said he tried to take the test to do X, Y, and Z. But I know somebody in D.C. that's second generation police like that, and they was like, "Yeah, Lamont, he down with us."
Everybody in the chat right now would like for you to type in, "Who are you talking about, Lamont? Who are you talking about?"
What up, though, Jeff?
Everyone put in the chat, "Who are you talking about, Lamont?" Because I have no idea who you're talking about right now.
Yeah,
but this is fine. All right, so can we get to Judas and the Black Messiah? I mean, the Black Messiah. Is it Judas and the Black? Yeah, it's Judas and the Black Messiah. You guys both saw it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I do want to, you know what I'm saying, give what's the name, Shaka King and Ryan Coogler, you know what I'm saying, their props. Everybody did. I mean, it was a good movie. It wasn't as emotional as I thought it was going to be, but the story of the actual movie was really, really good. If you guys have HBO Max, you should definitely check it out. If not, go to the theater and see it. Get HBO Max. Don't go to the theater. You know, but, you know, I thought it was really, really good. It really is amazing, you know, to be able to, first, the casting by itself was really pretty spot on. It made me think about, you know, Love's Gonna Get You, KRS-One, and the famous line of, well, tell me what the fuck am I supposed to do? So if you got the FBI asking you, you're going to do 5 years on this and 1 year on this, which that's what the police do. You know, they pin these things on you so you could be informants. And then here's the problem that I had. William O'Neill was getting paid. That was the problem I had. Like, he was getting a check. Like, he wasn't like just out here just doing, according to the movie, he was getting a check. A hefty check to do these things. Like, he just wasn't an ordinary informant. Like, he wasn't like, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna do my thing, and, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to know. Like, he was getting, that's below scum, in my opinion, when you're getting a check. That's just bad.
But that's just kind of how it always works.
Sure.
That's how it always works. I think what really made it look wild was when he had not that it wasn't the money, but he was at the dinner table like, this is amazing. Crab cakes?
Right.
We got crab cakes coming? Damn,
Right.
yeah. What else you want to know?
Right, for sure. Right. Yeah,
It's
it was a little
delectable.
slow at times, but at the end of the day, I was glad to be able to see, another black historic movie be put on big screen for everybody to be able to see. These are the things that I'm always like championing, when it comes to white people to like go and watch this particular type of film. So that way you could be able to see history when it comes to, on our side. If you haven't seen, the Black Panthers in the what's that documentary? In the Vanguard?
In the Vanguard. Yeah, that's dope.
Oh,
That's
PBS,
really,
right?
Yeah, it's on PBS.
yeah.
That's dope. That was
even the
fire.
documentary that William O'Neill is in. I forgot what it's called, but
Eyes on the Prize too.
Eyes on the Prize too.
Yeah. That's a really good, documentary. I mean, I read a little bit of the assassination of Fred Hampton. And Fred Hampton was a beast. He did his thing. And it was really good to be able to, see the movie.
The crazy part is Fred Hampton was murdered at 21. At 21, what was I doing? Like, you see how much this man did at a young age? It made me feel a lot embarrassed. That at 20, I was still, running over to the 7-Eleven trying to, get somebody to run up in there and buy a beer for me or whatever I was drinking, Crazy Horse or Mad Dog or whatever. At 21, I definitely wasn't getting it in like Fred Hampton. I was not committed to anything but chasing girls and drinking beer and part-time going to college.
Facts. But even Jeff could, kind of chime in on this, because he knows a lot about it as well. The sad part about it is that what you're saying about, how much he has done, but it also is how powerful Fred Hampton was, and the COINTELPRO. And it wasn't just Fred Hampton, it was the Black Panthers, period. I mean,
it was a lot of movements,
even, with, because Lamar, you just watched it, I don't know if you saw it or not, but, MLK and FBI. The FBI wanted black folks dead. They did not want at all any rising up of black people at all. And when it came to organization, when it came to power, when it came to those black men having a voice, the Black Panthers standing on the side, protecting black. And the sad part, they were not afraid to shoot no police.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't aware. If it wasn't, the Black Panthers is the reason why we got gun laws. The reason why black people are not walking around with guns. For sure. But it was a good movie. If you haven't checked it out,
one last thing.
Go ahead, man.
I'm sorry. But what you said about, you had the FBI on you, William O'Neill had the FBI. We're not talking about the FBI. We're talking about the J. Edgar Hoover FBI, because Hoover was
right.
He was. I know that they still got dirty dealing going on and all kinds of things, but Hoover was a whole other monster. And how he was trying to break everything. He was trying to break it, period. He said Martin Luther King is the greatest threat to America. The Negro uprising is the greatest threat to American security. Hoover was a whole other problem. He wasn't even interested in the Russians. He wasn't interested in communism, where the president was at that time. He was like, what are you talking about the Russians for? The blacks are the problem.
The black.
well, here's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm done. And man, I think you're right, because it hit home with me as well when you start to think about, what these brothers at that time were doing in their 20s, and and what I was doing. But what I thought was interesting too, and what I did not know, is there was something even after J. Edgar Hoover passed on, there was something called the J. Edgar Hoover Foundation. I don't know if you guys knew, right? And this particular foundation went on to send kids to school, and they would have a lot of things that, I guess to help build upon a lot of the ideas of J. Edgar Hoover. And the funny thing, what it said to me was, again, this thing was just disbanded in 2019, which is a couple of years ago, which means, like I heard somebody say, like, that stuff still goes on. Like, I think even right now, and we can talk about rap music and then we'll wrap it up after this. We got to remember that, that back in the day and I know this for sure, that the Bad Boy and the Death Row days, that was like FBI investigated. That was like, that could potentially be some really big bad stuff. So it's like, I just think that stuff still goes on to this day, man. And we just got to watch it. We got to watch the people around us, every day that we think are X and probably are Y, you know what I'm saying? So
are we honoring those who are, I guess, on the front lines right now, fighting for justice? The Mike Sons and the Tamika Mallory's and the Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, are we uplifting them at a level of what we would uplift a King and Malcolm X and Fred Hampton and are we uplifting them at this time, or is it just kind of like
so before
Tamika Mallory's out there,
how like. And again, I feel sometimes a little powerless in my little bubble, other than being able to financially support certain things. What upliftment is there? Like, I feel like we need more education in the state of Kentucky than anything else of them being able to give this country a Mitch McConnell, you know what I mean, year after year. But it's like, so what do we do? How do we uplift them? How do we support them?
I don't know. I mean, go ahead, man.
Well, I think you can get in where you fit in, right? And some of these things, be they good movements, ain't for everybody, right? Like I can write a check for breast cancer, but I'm not going to go do the walk. That's not for me. But I might do this other thing because that is for me. Like, oh, I have a friend who has leukemia, so maybe I will get a little bit more intimately involved with that. And so BLM is one thing that may or may not be for a whole lot of people. Do you really want to be a protester? Do you got things that you may have to protect? Can you go out here and be in the street, raise your fist, and possibly go to jail tonight because somebody else in the crowd threw a rock or something like that? And that's not putting it on BLM. That means that somebody else might have done it, but you're there. But can you write a check? Can we, what we can do is lend our voice to somebody in BLM or Tamika Mallory or whoever, say, yo, some local BLM chapter or New Era Chicago or New Era Detroit can come and speak and have their word heard here with us. And, we could push back. We could say, hey, but what about this? And did you think about that? But at the end of the day, you can write a check. You can get on the ground. You can find a cause that's for you. You can just buy a T-shirt because that money goes in their pockets as well.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that, the Queen, Aretha Franklin, wrote plenty of checks. I mean, if it wasn't, for Aretha Franklin, there was a lot of King marches that wouldn't have happened. Mm-hmm. And you make a very valid point, man. And, I mean, you look at what Berry Gordy did with Martin Luther King, and, he wasn't out there on the front lines, but he was like, look, you can record, if you want to do this, you want to do your album, I can help you out in this way. I mean, so there's different ways to be able to do it. I'm just curious to know that, is there a way to be able, or are we, uplifting those in that same, way? Like, is Tamika Mallory, as powerful as any of them, that was back then.
I would say one thing to add to that, though, is we probably are supporting them, and they probably are doing as much as what King was doing when you put it all together. You got to remember, just prior to King's death, his nationwide approval rating or whatever was like 29%, and not much over 50% among black people. There were a lot of black people in communities that were like, yo, we don't want King here. We getting along. We all right. Our white folks and us, we trying to, we don't need you coming down here and messing it up. And so not everybody.
Negro.
Right. Not everybody is not everybody was on the king. Like, you know, his legacy has grown more in his death than the time of his life. And that doesn't mean he wasn't doing anything right. He was doing all the right things. But there were a lot of people who were concerned about having his voice in their community because they felt like, you know what, white man's all right. He beat us on Monday. He feed us on Tuesday. Everything. Why you come through here with all that? And so, you know, he wasn't embraced everywhere all the time. So.
All right, so Quintavious, I don't know if I'm saying your name right.
Quintavious.
Wants us to talk about Tessica Brown.
Tessica Brown.
Tessica Brown.
I'm
gonna let y'all start.
Well,
I'm gonna let y'all start. And for everybody who doesn't know who Tessica Brown is, she is the woman who decided that she was gonna put Gorilla Glue in her hair, and the Gorilla Glue did not come out. She had surgery. A lot of people, you know, was giving her GoFundMe. Shouts out to her, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that, you know what I'm saying, she did a great job by actually donating $20,000 of the GoFundMe back to cosmetic surgery, you know, which I thought was a really good thing. But Maynard?
I got a friend who says he wants us to be our best people. And I want us to be our best people too. And certainly, we try to get. But I had another friend who said what is this show 181? Some 180 shows ago, we ain't all gonna make it.
Who said that, man? Who said that?
Oh, God.
We ain't all gonna make it. This time, Mr. Gorilla Glue, what's it gonna be next time? I mean, I'm just saying, like, in this world, in her apartment or her house, should they go in and take her microwave away or her aluminum foil away? One or the other. She can't have them both.
But I think you know what I'm saying? God, what's his name? Quintavious? Quintavious. So to his point, right? This was just a regular girl. And now this girl just went and bought a Benz. Let's not talk about my shirt. Listen, I'm in Mexico right now, man. I'm on my Danny Terrio, okay? Back up off the shirt. All right, Michael, back up off my shirt. All right? Anyway, the girl went and bought a Benz from... What was she doing before?
Yeah, but see, Spud, come on, let's...
Wait. Benz is not that much, but it is what it is.
Stop. We just got through talking about being adults. So let's be an adult for a minute. Let's talk about that transaction, okay? Here's the reality. Is Miss Brown, whatever the young lady's name is, she's 20 or 30 years old, whatever it may be. She already, whether it was rented or she bought it, that's a depreciating asset. So this come up that you made, you should have did something else with that bread. Then buying a car that in 5 years is going to be 60% less of whatever the value is today. So already that was a not smart move. But here's what I'm going to say. My favorite show on TV is American Gods, right? The last episode yesterday, it started off with this thing called, remember that we used to have what's called the World's Fair. And this was like in the 1800s in Chicago, thing where you went. You saw these different magicians and all of these tricks in X, Y, and Z. The reality is that...
and Africans.
Yeah, we were put on display. Is that we have a need to be entertained. You know, we can't go to the club. We can't go to a lot of different things, shows, concerts. So we have to find ways to entertain us. And whatever kind of foolishness that's out there that the algorithm is like, you know what, this will help entertain the people, let's get it popping. So I think that's where we are with the Gorilla Girl. You know, unfortunately,
Gorilla Glue Girl.
That's all. No. Because see, there's another side of Twitter that's calling her the Gorilla Girl. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of other foolishness that's going on in this space, and let's keep it a buck. Let's just say she made 40 G. 40. Where do you think she's gonna be at in 36 months? And I don't know her personal business. I don't know. But I'm saying if we had to do that to get the 40G, and the first thing we're doing is we're buying a Benz, come on, guy. That's what we're doing?
Well, one of the things also, and if you want to really talk about the adult part, this is the adult part I think where we got to address as men, as black men, and as black people in general. You know, literally, our women are putting glue on, and not talking about the Gorilla Glue, just glue, the glue on tracks, or they're, you know, we constantly are starting to hear now about girls not having edges because they've been putting weaves and stuff and breaking off their hair, and it's all to do what? To not look like black people. We got people who are bleaching their skin to not
but
look
you can't
black.
control a woman's body.
I understand that, but what I'm saying
You
is,
said us being a man, if they want to do that to them edges, you cannot allow. And I don't know what you're doing in your house. You my man, I love you, but you cannot control a woman and tell her what she can do with her hair.
what I'm saying, but why are they doing? So they're doing this because the market tells them this is how you're supposed to look, and we as black men are the market. And if we fetishize and fantasize about women with the big booty, the extremely large butt, then they go out and get butt shots so that they can have the big butt.
I'm so glad you brought this up. Oh my God.
No, but he's told the untruth, Spud, and you're gonna let that fly. We are not the market. The algorithm on Facebook, Fashion Nova, Media Takeout, and World Star is the market.
No,
whatever those
they're
outlets
serving
say.
the market. They're serving the market. Black men have been telling black women that white women or fair-skinned women or women with long hair or women with blue or green eyes are more...
Or has black men told them that? Black men?
Yeah.
Has black men told black women that they need to be more fair-skinned and they need to have long hair? I thought that the market was... For black
women, we are the primary market. Black women's primary target Black women's primary target for dating and marriage, for love, care, concern, and protection are black men. 98%, 90...
You have not listened to the City Girls album, my guy. You have not listened to JT. Come on, man.
The City Girls are serving... The City Girls are serving the women who are serving us. And we have been telling them through our actions. We've been looking at the Instagram models, or we've been looking at the OnlyFans, or there have been years and years ago, the fraternities and sororities have been saying, yo, you got to be lighter than a paper bag or whatever. And these are the things that are most attractive to men. And this is what we believe in. And therefore the butt shots come. Therefore the fake breasts come, the eyes, the big eyelashes, Lil' Kim spent a whole career wearing green, yellow, blonde, pink, platinum hair just so she didn't look like a black woman. And now, look at her now. She don't look anything like a black woman.
No, she doesn't. But I was under the impression more that black people as a whole wanted to be more white. I mean, even what you're talking about in regards to, the brown paper bag look, I mean, that wasn't a black man thing, was it? I thought that was more of a black woman wanted to look more like a white woman.
That was a black
reason why we came.
That was a black cultural. That was a black cultural phenomenon. Primarily, that the brown paper bag test was primarily something that occurred like in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Louisiana, but it spread. And we start to look at our college campuses, and for a long time, it's not 100% true, and it doesn't have to be that way. And I know there are certain exceptions, but for a long time, the AKAs, for instance, were always seen as these fair-skinned women, and they were the most desirable women on the college campus. And that, has changed, and I don't think they ever intended it to be that way. But we are in a situation where black women want to be with black men, and they find that our preferences are these other things. The minute that we stand up and say we enjoy being black, we enjoy the texture of our hair, we enjoy the shape of our noses, we enjoy our lips, we enjoy the way our bodies are exactly as they are, how they came into this earth, then that's when our women can stop having to abuse themselves with all kinds of crazy hair products and Gorilla Glue and all this foolishness to try to be something that they think that we want. But I just want black women to be black women. I think black is beautiful, baby.
I mean, black is beautiful, no question about it. I mean, I do still think that Joy-Ann Reid should definitely do something. I didn't want to bring up.
Wait a minute, listen. Let's not talk about his girl. Let's not talk about his girl.
Oh, God. You gaslight me now, my dude.
I think that Joy-Ann Reid definitely should do a little something with that hair, though. But, I mean, I definitely, you know what I'm saying? Yes, definitely bring back the Jerry curl. No question about it. I looked at the Ivy Park ad, and I was looking at Beyonce, and I was like, Beyonce, is this a blow-up party? Did you get a blow-up party? And it goes to Maynard's point, like, you know what I'm saying, here in Mexico, like you see, you know, all the women, and then, you know what I'm saying, of course, we're on the oceans, so a lot of people's on bathing suits or whatever, so you see a bunch of blow-up booties, and you're like, what is the so you're telling me that black men like the blow-up booties? I just don't know. I don't see it. I thought that black men like the natural more than they do the fakeness. And I don't want to see Beyonce with the blow-up booties.
Do you want to see?
I don't want to throw a quarter on your butt and it go boing and it just bounces off. I don't want to see that. But I'm older, so maybe, you know what I'm saying, it's a different market. But even when I was 25, and, you know, if I was in that demographic, 18 to 34 demographic, I still did not want to see fake breast and weave and eyelashes out to here.
Maynard, please save our guy, because
we both knew him when he was 25.
Listen. I'm gonna even go back to I'm gonna go back to the Black Orchid. I'm gonna go to Chocolate City. I'm gonna go to name all of the strip clubs. When it was finale time, when it was all tops down and the girls was up on the stage parading around to get the $5 dance 20 years ago, listen, all of this foolishness of the black is beautiful and the blow, we just wanted to see the pretty girls.
Yeah, but we didn't want to see it fake, though.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. At some point,
we didn't care about. Her butt is not real. Stop that.
At some point, a girl at the strip club with just a regular booty, whatever, couldn't get paid when there was another girl who could make it clap.
Stop. We talk about Black Ice all the time. Black Ice didn't have none of that. Black Ice made more money than anybody else. Stop it.
Right, but she was able to make it clap. And then all of a sudden, all the other girls was like, I gotta make it clap too. Then Tip Drill came out. And we started swiping.
Blow up booties in that one.
But
we did start swiping it though.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. Where else do we need to go before we go? Yes, we do need to unlearn everything.
No,
and that's the
thing. No. Stop telling that lie. No. It's some good stuff that we have learned. Stop it.
Like what?
Like what?
We don't have enough time. You got to go to dinner, my guy.
The lamb chops are good with the zip sauce.
Yeah. Lamb chops and zip sauce. You got to unlearn that. Stop it. Stop playing this game. Stop it.
Oh, yes. Oh, BT Uncut is back?
Is it?
All right. Yeah, well, I just wish, you know what I'm saying, for our sisters, our black women, not just our black women, but even, you know what I'm saying, our Mexican women, even our white girls, because there's a lot of white girls with some blow-up booties out here, too. You know, I mean, you know, all of this fakeness is just not, it's just not necessary. Maynard, so break down what this means in regards to Donald Trump. Is he officially a free man? Can he run again? With him being acquitted, you know what I'm saying, in the Senate, what does this mean for Donald Trump right now or moving forward?
Well, right now, Donald Trump, as everyone knows, was essentially acquitted by the Senate, meaning that they did not get 67 votes. They got 56 or 57, I can't recall. Which is historic because this is the first time ever in history that many people voted against their own president in the Senate for impeachment, although we've only had a handful of impeachments. So he is free to run for president again in 2024. However, that is still kind of a pending scenario, meaning this. There are states, Georgia has opened up an investigation, New York has a pending investigation, and also the attorney generals and the Department of Justice is opening up a case on Donald Trump. The one case in Georgia is about the phone call he made, the pressure for the 11,781 votes or whatever the number was. Obviously, the Department of Justice and the Attorney General for the United States is interested in pursuing him on charges related to the insurrection, not to mention that there are people who are going back and going through the Mueller probe, as Robert Mueller had told us, that if he was not president, he would be indicted. So there's that. And then the state of New York is still having its investigation regarding financial disclosures, things that he's done, getting kind of tricky with the tickets, if you will, in the state of New York, where regarding the tax statements on real estate, loan documents, and also how the Trump Foundation, the charity, has been managed. So that's it in a nutshell. That's a
so 9 times out of 10, Donald Trump will be back in 2024.
No, I doubt it. I would say this. The reason why I doubt it is we know one thing. Donald Trump can't get out of Donald Trump's way. And the Republican Party, what I think they will probably do, he has $30 million in his political war chest. They're going to look for him to support candidates in 2022 and 3. And if they get what they want out of him, I think that they will begin to quickly start walking away from him at 2024. We have to know some of the things that will be true. Similar to Joe Biden at this point, Donald Trump would be 78, 79 years old. He can't stay out of his way. And he can only be a one-term president if he does win, which means that they are going to be setting themselves up to have to really ramp up a whole big war chest again, when they could say, for instance, if Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio could beat Joe Biden in the next election cycle, that person has an 8-year possibility versus a 4-year possibility. And lastly, I think there's a lot of people who would be very fearful to become Mike Pence 2.0. Who wants to be, you see what he did to Mike Pence. Who wants to be his VP at this point? So there is a good deal of like, oh, sure. I think there's a play, what's the boy named Lindsey Graham and Mike McCarthy are like, oh yeah, we need to still be cool with you. And as soon as they get the things that they want, before Donald Trump has an opportunity to actually run for president, I think they'll begin to kind of, Donald was nice, but maybe you should just kind of stand back a little bit.
Yeah, but will he listen though? I mean, he didn't listen to any other Republican. He does have 70 million people who voted for him. So
true, and Joe Biden had 4 million people, or whatever the case may be. So
yeah, but I guess my point is that is there going to be another Republican stronger than Donald Trump? In 4 years.
My guess is this. I think that certainly he had all those people vote for him. After the insurrection and some of his behavior, I don't think he has a strong 71, 73 million people any longer. I'm not saying that it's 10 million. I'm saying he may have lost 5, 10, 15 million people. He's got 60 million people. The problem is he has a larger share of a shrinking pie. That's what happened. Remember, and this is what the Republicans have to do the math on. Since Reagan left office, the Republican candidate has only won the popular vote twice. That was George H.W. Bush once and George W. Bush his second term. Every other time they've lost the popular vote. And with that much being said, if he won Hillary by the narrowest of margins, but he lost 3 million votes to Hillary. He lost 7 million votes to Biden. If you keep going down this path, he would come back and lose 14 million votes. Because each time she lost to Hillary by 3.5, he lost to Biden by 7. I'm certain that there is some small segment of the Republican Party that looked at the shenanigans of January 6th and said, "No, I don't want to have nothing to do with that."
And Maynard, everything you said is correct, but the reality is that that's not how the game is won by that popular vote. That they play the electoral game, which is, how they have gotten those last W's in that column in terms of Republican Party. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to the state of California, when it comes to the state of New York, it's like we don't exist. You know what I'm saying? And I always say that to a lot of my friends who live in Kentucky and Alabama is, and some other states is, because as we approach this tax giving season, that's what I call it over here, where certain people get refunds, we give over here. And, we put a lot of money in the pie. You know what I'm saying? To this big old pie that we call, what is it called, Maynard? The national budget. And sometimes they look at us like, what we got to say in Illinois and California and New York, like it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you notice.
Right. I agree that but what happened in the Electoral College this time, right? He lost the state of Michigan. He lost Arizona and Georgia, states that he's not supposed to lose. He also was trending downward in the state of Texas. So Florida continues to be razor thin. And so with all that being said, I just think that the Donald Trump is so stubborn.
He was a misfit. That's what I wanted to call. I wanted to say it earlier. Is that was the worst product that they could have put out in terms of a Republican candidate, and we all know that. So I think Maynard is absolutely correct.
But did they put him out, or did he bully his way through?
He
I don't think the Republican Party, because everybody on the Republican Party still was like, Donald Trump is not going to win. This is a joke. This is not going to happen. I mean, we all saw what was going on the actual stage. I mean, Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, the whole 9 years, everybody thought it was a joke. So he kind of bullied his way through there. Then after he started winning and everybody started falling off, it was kind of like, oh, we might need to get on this train, right. Before.
Right. I just think that it's the size of that base is getting smaller and smaller. Football is great, and we love the NFL, but the NFL couldn't live off of just the core fans alone. We got to bring girlfriends and wives and kids and all these other people to the party so that they can always be profitable. What happens if all of a sudden all the girlfriends and all the wives and all the casual fans stop coming? They're gonna raise the cost of the tickets. Well, that's what's happening with Donald Trump. That all these people were in, but now the girlfriends and the wives and the other people, the sideline people who are not core chicks, are kind of
side chicks.
The side chicks.
He didn't want to, because today is the day after Valentine's Day.
Side chick Monday.
All the side chicks out there. And Maynard almost let it slip. Then he pulled back. It's okay, Maynard.
Yes.
There are side chicks out here on the streets.
And it's going to be a lot of side chicks at the All-Star game. It's going to be a lot of
side chick acknowledgement. Salute side chicks.
Yes, for sure. All right, we are out, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go to dinner. I am, across the country. So you guys have a fantastic night. Thank you guys so very much for joining us this evening for Three Black Guys with the Mic. Make sure you share this episode with your friends. Also, make sure you come back again next Monday at 7 p.m. Let your friends know. Let your coworkers know. Let everybody know that you know that we are here every Monday, 7 o'clock. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, so that way you get a notification when we are on. If you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Also, do the same thing. Get a notification so that way you know when you're on, so that way you can get with us. You guys have a fantastic week. Thank you so very much for joining us, and we will do it all again next Monday. Peace out.
Chocolate 75% off tomorrow, y'all. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that.
Today, actually.
Nah, it gets even easier.
No.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.